to CycleOmania. Today we're going to talk about how to choose bikes, but we will start with children's bikes and then we will go to other groups. So to find children's bike on our website, you can scroll down. We put these things according to categories, or you can just go here to bikes and go to children's bike. Both of them will lead you to the same page, kids or children's bikes. So if you came to our shop and you said, I need to buy a bike for my son or my daughter, the first thing we're going to ask you is, what is your son or daughter's height? We don't need to know about their grade, which school they go to, what grade they go to. We don't need to know about their age. Then they said, why? I said, because the age does not equate to the height. You have people in the family. If you go to a family gathering on the weekend, you'll see there are 3 kids that are 5-year-old and they're all different heights. So don't tell me the age, I need the height. Because if the 8-year-old kid is shorter than the 6-year-old kid, then you need to buy the 6-year-old kid a bigger bike because he or she is taller than the 8-year-old kid. And the 8-year-old kid who's shorter needs a smaller bike. So let's not talk about age, let's talk about height. So when you come to our website here, you're going to find this is a size guide. By no means is this the perfect thing, but we've done as much work as we can just to bring you this. So for example, the 10-inch wheel bike is a very hard bike to get now. Actually, the balance wheel has now moved here. So most of the time when you go to look for 12-inch wheel bike, which should have pedals and side wheels, training wheels, you might not find it. You most likely will find a balance bike there. So the rider heights for balance bikes nowadays, because the seat can be dropped down so much, is actually from 75 to 105 on balance bikes, okay? Which means we sometimes say it's from about 1.5 years to 4 years. So now it depends. If your 1.5 years is too short, I'm sorry, he won't fit. And if your 4-year-old is too tall, I'm sorry, he won't fit. Again, it goes to height. Then we come to other bikes. Now, one thing I'd like to impress upon you, please, 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 if you're having a kid that's starting to ride a bike, please don't buy them a bike with training wheels. Unless you feel like you're lazy and you don't have time to spend with them, especially if you feel you're lazy and you don't have time to spend with them, do not buy them bike with training wheels. Start off by buying them a balance bike. I know that most parents feel like their kids will fall down. Well, their kids fall down anyway, even without a bike. Okay. So if your kid is a falling down kid, then you need to make a decision. But the fact that the kid has started walking and he's running says that this kid has balance. So when you put him on a balance bike, it doesn't take time for them to realize that it's just one more thing they're going to learn to balance. And because the bike is designed in such a way that when they want to fall, they can stand up and it is the bike that falls, they learn very quickly that it is not them which is the problem, it's the bike. So they're going to pick the bike up and they're going to keep going, and sooner or later they will surprise you at how fast they can run and what they can do with this bike. And the other thing is it builds their muscles compared to other kids who are not riding balance bike. They have stronger muscles. They have better decision making when they ride balance bike, because now they know speed, they can turn left and right, everything is under their control. They know how fast they can go and how slow they can go. So all these things increase their motor skills very, very fast. Okay, so get them into a balance bike as soon as you can. Now, I'm going to show you some videos so you don't think you're the only person in the world, because everybody says my kid is growing fast. Everybody's kid is growing fast in the world. There's no kid. I have kids, they're also growing fast, but they're not growing as fast as we think they're growing. Okay, so go to YouTube and look for balance bike races. You'll see a lot of stuff. This is 2-year-olds, okay? I'm gonna reduce the volume here if I can. Yeah. Okay, round 1. You see this 2-year-old? Does it not look like they're having fun? Now you put training wheels, they can't even enjoy that bike. These kids started maybe when they were 1.5 years old to ride these bikes. And these are smaller people, shorter people from this video. Your kid might be taller than him and having fun. Look at them, look at them. Now you tell me if this is not as much fun compared to the one with the regular wheels. Look at how much control they have. Look at how they turn. Okay, there you go. Very small kids. So your kid can be having as much fun as this. Don't restrict that. Okay, so that is the balance bike that I wanted to show you, and you can search for this. You can look at this little baby. Okay, such a tiny baby. She's riding a bike, Malika. And look at how much confidence she has. I'm sorry, she's all the way there. I hope she'll come to the camera here in the front in a minute. There she comes. Look at her. She's very small. So if you're thinking your kid, look at how fast it's so cute. So if you're thinking that your kid cannot do this, it's too special that he's going to fall down, what about this kid? Okay, so get them out, let them enjoy it at an early age. Okay, let them enjoy it at an early age. So that's what I wanted to say. And so on our website, you can look at this. For example, if you go to children's bike here, you can also try to find out that particular bike that you're looking at is meant for whom. Maybe you like certain bike. Maybe you like this bike. Okay, and it looks very cool. I'm going to the next page. There are all these bikes. So normally what we try to do is, when we put a bike, like this is a 24-inch wheel mountain bike, it's very good for kids that you want to put into racing in mountains, right? It's a 24-inch wheel bike. So you come down here and you'll see the information. Age 8 to 12. Well, 8 to 12 is 4 years. That means that if your 8-year-old is too tall, maybe he can ride. If your 12-year-old is too short, maybe they can ride this. You get me? It's more about the height. It's from 130 to 150. That's a rider height. Okay? From 130 to 150. So we put that. Let's check some other websites. This is Decathlon, a very famous website. And let's see what they have. They have this bike. Okay, it looks like a nice bike. It says here from 105 to 120 centimeter for a 16-inch wheel bike. So again, you see, they talk about height. They don't talk about age. When they talk about age, it says 4 to 6 years, which means that if your 4-year-old is very tall, they can ride it. If your 6-year-old is very short, they can ride it. Simple as that. So take your kid to the shop. Okay, see the size guide. Let's see if they have the size. Oh, they don't have a size guide. Decathlon doesn't have a size guide. Wow. That size guide is something like what we have on our website for kids. Okay, so this is called a size guide. I thought they would have theirs. Anyway, so this is the thing. I hope you have some information now about choosing bike for kids. We talked a lot about babies. Now let's go just to the one in between here. How do you choose a bike if your kid is 115 centimeters? They can ride a bike with 14-inch wheel, 16-inch wheel, and 18-inch wheel. Which one do you put them in? If you put them here, they have very short time to ride it, maybe 2 months, and then they'll get tall. So it is suggested normally that you put them here so that they can ride it from 115 till 120, which is about 1.5 to 2 years for most people. Now, if your kid is riding with training wheels, then they must stay here because it's about their confidence. They don't yet have confidence not to ride with training wheels. You want to build that confidence. So if they're 115 and they're still having training wheels, tell them I will only buy you the next bike if you ride without training wheels on this one. And then you'll see how quickly you get peace of mind, because with 4 wheels, you're worried about them falling, right? So then if they're riding with training wheels and you feel like you must buy them a bike, then put them here. Okay. However, if they're riding without training wheels and you feel that my kid is a get-go kid and they like to do this and they always do more than, they outperform everybody, then you know your kid. Many people will tell me, no, my this kid is timid and this kid is like that. Okay, my younger one is more crazy than the older one. Okay, then you get your younger one into this bike already, which is 115, even though they've finished this, they can ride this. So you make that choice as a parent. But bikes are not like shoes where you want to buy them the bigger shoes so they can be on them longer. Because if they get on a bigger bike and they don't feel comfortable, they will not ride it. It will stay on the side until it gets rusted. Next year they'll say, let me try it, and you'll take it to the shop and say, this bike has been sitting for 2 years. Can you clean it so my daughter can ride it or my son can ride it? So they have had 1 or 2 years of no fun because you got them a bike that was too big for them. Okay, and most people say, I want to buy a bike that can last them long. And most of the time what they end up doing is they end up buying a bike that is very cheap, and so the bike breaks within like 3 months. And then when they come to shops like ours and they see expensive bike that will actually last long, they say, no, last time I bought a bike, I don't want to spend so much money, it broke. Yes, of course it will break. Anything. If you're driving now a Camry or a Toyota, Avalon or Honda Accord, you paid money for it. That's why it's lasting. Why didn't you buy a Lada? Because you know it wouldn't last. So anything you pay less for is not supposed to last. Simple as that. Okay. Otherwise, the shops just simply don't put price on these things. The shops say, I bought it for this much and I want to sell it for this much. This is my profit, which means that they're not going to take a 15 real bike and sell it for 75 real. It makes no sense at all. They know you will not buy it, and it makes no sense for even them. They feel like they're stealing that money from you. Okay. So when you find, especially kids bike, there is no profit on kids bike. You can speak to any shop, they will tell you there's no profit, including the bikes that you're buying cheap for 15 real. If you ask them, they will also tell you even they don't have profit on the cheap bike. Okay, so anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video has helped you sort of have an idea of how to choose bikes for kids. Okay, and again, it's about the height, not about the age. So thank you and have a blessed day.